On the table, we are back jumping into Jurassic World Dinosaurs with the Jurassic World Dominion collection. Hey everyone, this is Squirrel Stampede and I am Dan. Thank you so very much for joining in today and checking out these awesome dinosaurs with us. It's kind of a theropod day. We're having some theropody therapy. Theropody therapy, perhaps, with all these theropods. Lots of great Dominion dinosaurs, including the brand new Tyrannosaurus Rex. We're also going to be doing an interesting sound check with the Therizinosaurus. Who will be louder, the Therizinosaurus or the Therizinosaurus rubber chicken? That's weird and interesting. Anyhow, lots of new dinosaurs to discover and a new coding system to scan. We're gonna have some interesting time with these. Join along as we discover more dinosaur fun.
Squirrel Stampede!
Let's start the review with the Thrash N Devour Tyrannosaurus Rex. Must be our 8th or 9th or 10th Tyrannosaurus Rex we've now opened from Mattel. This one, of course, is going to thrash and devour. We can test out the tail just now. Reminding me a little bit of one of the ones we had just worked on about a year ago or so. The tone of the color scheme is much darker though, and they have a new scan to unlock system onto their backs there. I always like these helpful side graphics. Chomp, thrash, devour. On the back of the box, we have a Tyrannosaurus Rex thrashing a Moros Intrepidus. Did I get that right? And a few more interesting fun features, plus all the great fine print that the squirrels love to read. There always seems to be a challenge in getting these out of the pack. We have the containment wires cut, but I'm pretty sure her feet are still nailed down to the ground. Luckily, there's an escape hatch at the bottom of the box and we can continue on in releasing our T-Rex's feet. And there she is, out of the pack. For sure one of the darker color painted themes we have seen the T-Rex now ever. Maybe because we're trying to see her more in the night? I wonder. Her typical tans and maroons are really casted down in dark shades of gray, a deep muddy brown, yet her eyes still stand out so well. You just can't say no to this face in the store, right? Are you gonna thrash and devour today? I think she is. Holy squirrels, the scale height to the action figures is pretty terrifying too.
Nope.
And she's got a good solid footprint stand. She's not tipping over at all. It seems like the decades worth of Jurassic Park Jurassic World T-Rex design is finally coming into total domination. Or is that Dominion? Her feet toes are articulated a little bit just to help you out with some extra positioning if you need it. That's been a really helpful touch. I believe with these from Mattel there is a little bit of rotation on those hips, but this time they don't really bend out. Oh, you can see the speaker underneath there. Of course, we've got forearm articulation too, and they're a little softer rubber. Ooh, I like that. I've had some problems with some of my other T-Rex forearms. I'm so worried they're gonna break off because they feel so brittle and just ready to grab onto something and pop. These are a nice soft plastic, nice touch. And I believe the rest of the articulation is going to be based off into the action feature. On the back of the tail here, we have a button. Let's press down, see what she does. Yeah, Owen, I would not really stand there. You should go behind the gate like Clair. And are there a couple different variations of the growl? I'm hearing at least 2, maybe 3. Are you hearing 3? I'm hearing 2. What are you hearing? But there is no footprint smash. I thought maybe we'd get a foot pound, but I don't hear one yet. But really, one of the better well-designed T-Rex toys. Now going through so many of these, this one's actually going to be one of my top 3 probably. So let's learn a little bit about these new scan codes. For years, the scan codes have been on the dinosaurs' feet, and now they're on their backs, so they're no longer located down there, they're up here in this cool little slidey thing. They just slide up. They feel pretty well protected. Imagine how handy these would have been for Dr. Grant way back in the day. So if we load up our Jurassic World Facts app over on smart devices, we've got an all-new interface this is the first time I've checked this out. Dinosaur of the week is the Pachycephalosaurus. Did I say that right this time? No way. There it is, really nice. I guess we've got augmented reality in here now. I'm not really sure how to use that yet, other than waving your phone around in different weird ways and it will appear. Let's work with the scan right now, actually. So perhaps this is a quicker and easier scan method. And there it goes. And we're loading our all-new T-Rex, and the graphics are so updatedly nice. Wow, look at it. The camera's moving in and out of our T-Rex. We can rotate so much better than we did before. That is something. That is a really nice update to the Facts app. And I'm really glad that they kept this Facts app going as long as they have. We've got a little infographic, Tyrannosaurus Rex, human size comparison, the diet of meat, the weight of 4 cars, and the origin right there somewhere in the middle of North America. I thought closer to Utah. Sadly, I do not see my old list of scanned-in dinosaurs in this app. I think they may have been removed and started fresh, so that's kind of a sad thing. Looks like it's just the new stuff in the new scan bar. And closing this up for safekeeping. Well, I'm certainly impressed with the Jurassic World Dominion Thrash N Devour T-Rex. Nicely, highly detailed. So I suppose we have to test out the Thrash N Devour some more. Let's test out what it had on the back there with the Moros Intrepidus. Am I getting that right? I'm the king of unpronouncing dinosaur names correctly. I love how we're seeing so many off-the-wall species of dinosaur these days. Look at this one. Look at the shine of the orange under and around the eye of this dude. She's got a nice band of orange going down the side of her body. Is that her name, Orange? And a very bright orange tail. Opening and closing mouth, I believe, for articulation. Sure, wow, that opens up quite wide. And 4 arms that rotate on posts and hips that rotate. Pretty simplified little dinosaur of the smaller scale. And what does the hidden scan code tell us about this dinosaur? There's the Moros Intrepidus, looking very cute, hiding in a little bit of a forest region and scratching at those mosquitoes. There we go, about a little bit smaller than the height of a common man, the diet of meat, the weight of 3 puppy dogs, and the origin of North America. Very interesting with this one. So who would like to demonstrate the thrash and throw? As the T-Rex votes with her tiny forearm. So let's give the Moros Intrepidus a quick little thrashing. Bending down, opening up. I'm finding these jaws are somewhat weak. They can kind of hold on to it. Lifting up a little bit higher and then wiggling the tail from side to side will really give it a thrashing. But those jaws are weak. You will notice a larger Tyrannosaurus Rex pie hole that you can fit more of the dinosaur inside. So if you fit your Moros Intrepidus down the throat of your T-Rex, she'll be able to give it a better thrashing and devouring. Unfortunately, there is not too much space to completely swallow her, but it's enough to have quite a bit of fun. I think we possibly need the Jurassic World veterinarians on this Moros Intrepidus right away. And if the Moros Intrepidus doesn't fit, I know you're going to ask, will an action figure fit inside? Uh-oh, Wheatley. Oh yeah, you can fit a human-sized action figure inside. Very well, let's continue on with our Theropod Therapy. So I would say one of the coolest new dinosaurs of the Jurassic World Dominion series would have to be the Therizinosaurus. The Therizinosaurus? The Rezinosaurus. The Rezinosaurus. What is it? What is it? How do you say it? That's what the Facts app really needs to have the most, is a pronunciation guide for people like me. We've already constructed a Lego Therizinosaurus a week ago or so. And there she is, quite the interesting build with all these little claws. Looking to see that build review, check it out up and above. It's so very hard to decide what to collect first from Jurassic World Dominion. The nicely built Lego sets or the large-scale dinosaur toys. The Therizinosaurus is definitely one of the most unique I've ever seen from Mattel or Hasbro in the dinosaur world, especially in its scale. Look how large this is. Also with the back scan to unlock code, and this one be Sound Slashin. On the back of the box, behold the double-headed Therizinosaurus.
Huh?
Almost looks like a two-headed dinosaur back there. That's a funny graphic, but it's to show motion as it's swiping about those slashing claws of hers. I wonder how much she'll be strapped down to this package. And out of box. So looking at this Zyno up close, the Zyno Dino, can I call it the Zyno Dino? She's like a weird combination between an ostrich, a velociraptor, and maybe even Mr. Burns. Another darker dinosaur color palette, this time with a very charcoaly black body midsection with a red stripe going down her back up to her head. Kind of a sage green feet. Nicely painted slashing claws, little bit of a white stripe under her neck, a lot of detail for a Jurassic World dinosaur. They put some in here, I'm enjoying it. So as for the action feature, what do we got? We've got a button somewhere on the back. And that raises and lowers her head while opening and closing her jaws. And I believe for the slashing action, we are going to go for the tail side-to-side deal. That gives some terrifying slash to her. These arms are just articulated. Wow, she is loud. These arms are just articulated. We've got a post here at the shoulder for reaching out and rotation, elbows, and even some wrists. So there's like 100 different positions to place these in, and they're so large. They look pretty menacing and incredible from 100 different angles. You can even kind of use them to help balance her if she's not making noise. She's really easy to set up and make noise just by even bumping her. Look at that. She's so lifelike. That midsection articulation works really well on her. She is a lot of fun. Got a Jurassic World footprint down there to identify with. Man, she's noisy. And we're going to find a scan code too somewhere on her back here, so we can scan in and learn a little bit about Zyno the Dino. And so let's switch back over to the scanner. There we have Zyno the Dino. And she has much redder eyes in this recreation. A lot of red on her back. Very plasticky in the production of this. It's kind of like a toy on the screen versus a real dinosaur. What do we have for information about Zyno the Dino? Therizinosaurus, human-sized comparison, so pretty accurate with the action figures actually. A diet of plants, origin over there in Asia, the weight of 2 cows. Yeah, I was very curious of her scale, have not seen the new movie yet. We are about 4 or 5 days from it right now in filming. I should be seeing a Saturday performance of this. So it feels like the figure is pretty well balanced to the action figures. I mean, for the most part, Mattel does a fairly good job of getting a lot of scale right with the figures. I know there's the super colossals and then the smaller scale dinos for a better price point. Changes things up a little bit. But from time to time, we see a pretty good scale with the figures. Owen, I would not stand there unless you want a haircut.
Oh no!
Poor Owen. By the way, here is Beta Blue. Let's take a quick sneak peek at Beta's code inside here on the back also. Ah, how cute. Still has that signature blue stripe going down her back. I see these little flies are flying about and she keeps getting distracted by them. There's a little more fun to the animation with the new app update. Oh, and she just jumped, I missed it. So there we have a scale comparison, about the half the scale of a human. Diet of meat, weight of 3 cats. Where are they coming up with this? And origin, China. So a real cute little beta figure. I could have sworn I bought the companion blue to this figure, but I could not find her while I did this video. I don't know what I did with her. She's loose in my house. Articulated arms on shoulder points to move out and rotate, and hips. Pretty simple dinosaur, but a really fun one. And comes again with that Owen figure if he can get out of the Tyrannosaurus' mouth. If I can say that right. So it feels like we are on a pretty good discussion of theropods today, so we've got to find a couple more. How about, are you interested in seeing the Skorpiovenator? The Skorpiovenator, did I say that correctly? A very interesting and new dinosaur to look at from Dominion. I don't believe we've ever shown something like this on the table before. A nice orange dinosaur with a little bit of a grayish blue going down her back. Possibly even some feather imprintage going on. This is a Roar Strikers. Press down and hear roar of the Skorpiovenator. We can maybe attempt that. Feels like the action feature is built into just moving the hips. We'll see as we retrieve from box. If I can just figure out how to retrieve, her straps are really hidden. Her tail is way in the back. Pretty much every time you're destroying these boxes, and we're going to unhook her feet this way. The process has made Claire sick to her stomach. And a little bit of dinosaur assembly required on some of these. Let's just place her tail into the post, and we've got her ready to go. So this is a Skorpiovenator, huh? A Skorpiovenator. I wonder if there's any similarities between this one and the Scorpius Rex. So figuring out her action feature, it isn't just about the hips turning. Those you can move independently through articulation, but getting the action feature, you actually got to move the whole body down into the hips. To get that mouth to open and close. And I suppose we can rotate her up like this and do the same thing. And of course, articulated little arms. So a little bit of fun time with that one. Where is the Skorpiovenator's scan code? Some of these are so highly hidden way into her scales there on her back. I think I found it. There it is, rising up and down. We can learn a little bit about this one. Checking back in on Beta, she is still trying to get those flies. And for our scanning, the Skorpiovenator. Also very plastic-like in the description here. It's very interesting how your thumb can kind of get different angles of tree branches sometimes. Oh, look at there. Anybody interested in this one? That log tree? It's like sitting behind a post at a concert. What do we got for information? Human size comparison. So again, pretty good with the action figure scale. A diet of meat, the weight of a car, and this one is found over in South America. What's this? Wild Capture Ride. Do you want to play Wild Capture Ride and try to capture the dinosaur? Well, okay, let's try really quick. Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, what? I don't know what I'm doing here. This is not, I think I'm gonna get some amber by going completely upside down. So there's some games included with this. Obviously I'm the worst driver in Jurassic World. Maybe I was supposed to just leave my phone up, but yeah, some interesting things there. Do we have time for another theropod on Theropod Day? Theropods. I like this kind of day. It's the Theropod Day. We've got the Quetzalcoatlus. No, that is not a theropod. That's a Birdiesaur. We'll check this out in a little bit. Maybe with the Lego build, we can compare the two Birdiesaurs, their wingspans, what they can do. So we have one more theropod to look at, a really interesting one, the Yangchuanosaurus. Did I get that one correct? This one is cool. The massive action, super action Yangchuanosaurus, it says, with more tail and jaw closing action. Over on the back, we can see total thrashing action with that tail swipe and chomp. More codes to scan. Very interested on this one. I like the frill, the crown, the thing above her jaw neck thing. Let me guess, her feet are embedded at the bottom of the box. Yep. Only moments to read this fine print. There we go. And she's free. So the Yangchuano, what's a good short name? The Yangchu? She kind of has maybe a Spinosaurus look. Are we close to Spinos with this one? We've got the larger forearms with a little more strength. We've got a little bit of a spine down her back. I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of gator or crocodile in there. But then we've got this really cool different frill thingy up on her head. Very quite striking and interesting dinosaur. I like the color change they've got on the frill there. It just stands out. Her eye is looking back at us. Kind of a green sage dinosaur with a brown marking back system. A quick Google search on my phone says that the Yangchuanosaurus is an extinct genus of Metriacanthosaurozoid. Okay, so in the Metriacanthosaurus, guys, dinosaur that lived in China from the middle to late Jurassic periods and was similar in size and appearance to its North American and European relatives, the Allosaurus. Oh, and I saw an Allosaurus recently I should have picked up for Theropod Day. So this one also with the action feature embedded into its tail. Watch out, Dr. Grant there. Okay, so over here at the tail, opening and closing mouth. And then if we move our tail back and forth, it moves the torso section back and forth. Up and down, nothing. So there's no sound effects built into this one, which honestly I sometimes prefer to have most of these dinosaurs silent because batteries go bad, and there's something a little more playful in creating your own noises, and that way they're not too noisy when you're playing and positioning them, such as the Therizinosaurus. Wait, that's not the Therizinosaurus. That's the Therizinosaurus. Oh look, there's Owen. So a silent dinosaur, but still great articulation all over. Arms that can move out, and there goes Grant, and hips that are actually embedded into the other action feature. So we do have a secret feature here. Moving these hips up and down, you've got the whole dinosaur raising and lowering her torso section. Ooh, that didn't sound good. There we go. Now I've got her going. Sounds a little clunky in there. I'm a little worried about the gear system. What do we have for codes on her back? I think I just saw it over here somewhere. There it is, over on the back horns there. We've got another scan code to learn about this one. And back to our scanner system. I feel like this is working so much smoother than their feet scanning. And there the Yangchuanosaurus is, looking good. Colorfully bright on that nose frill. Wonder what that's for, scaring fish underwater? Some interesting other things, pretty much in scale to the figure like so, diet of meat for cows and found in Asia. So I would say we saw a great grouping of theropods today. Oh wait, there's one more. There is the Dilophosaurus that came along with Clair. Or did Clair come packaged with the Dilophosaurus? You don't see Dilophosauri very often. This one is pretty fun. Look at these neck frills. They are highly hinged. Almost feeling like how a How to Train Your Dragon toy would have been designed with those overly large hinges on her neck there. Articulated feet and shoulder arms. Great paintwork with the frill, it is so red. Certainly something you would not want to get close up to. Such a cute little dinosaur face on this one. Also with the frill, kind of like what we just saw over here. These two have a very common and similar look together on their heads, don't they? And we should have a scan code on the back, there it is. One more scan today should do it. Our Jurassic World Dilophosaurus with the Jurassic World engine designed thrill on her neck. Frill. Did I say thrill? It is thrilling. The Dilophosaurus, human size, about the same size to a human, diet of meat or Dennis Nedry they should have placed, and weight of 2 pigs found in North America. So very cute dinosaur figure pack with the Dilophosaurus and the Clair figure. Both the Clair and Owen figures are getting better each time too. For their scale, we're getting good face representations and good detail. Owen's jeans are so heavily textured. So these two are fun if you need some dinosaur food or other antics in the park. And now, to finally answer that question, what is louder, the Therizinosaurus, Zyno the Dino, or the Therizinosaurus rubber chicken? Zyno the Dino goes first. Pretty loud, hitting almost 16 in Squirrelables. 16 in Squirrelables. That's pretty ferocious. Now for the Therizinosaurus rubber chicken. Ouch! The rubber chicken Therizinosaurus registers a whopping 76 on the Squirrelable scale. Whoo! That is certainly louder. So that was some great theropody therapy today of the theropods and Jurassic World dinosaurs from Dominion. Great collection. What was your favorite? If you liked today's video, please give us a squeak, a squirrel live, and let us know what dinosaur you really enjoyed seeing today. Thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.